Let's see how to create a bot like professional developers. First of all, once you receive the requirement or BRD document, okay, before that, let me give you the overview about BRD. That BRD stands for Business Requirement Document, which is prepared by either process engineer or business owner, which has all the process requirement details, which is step-by-step process information with screenshot, contact details, access information. All the details were included in that BRD document. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's assume I have to automate this application. For that, first I have to launch this URL. Then I have to go to free courses and click on Coursera free courses, something like that. And then I have to capture the information, capture some object elements. Then I have to store the data to DB. This is a simple requirement. In that BRD document, in the first step, they will mention that which URL we have to access, and in the second step, we have to click on this free courses, and the third step, we have to capture some elements, and the fourth step, we need to capture values into DB with all the screenshot details with screenshot. Everything is mentioned in that BRD document. Okay, so once you receive that BRD document, if you have a technical lead, like if your organization has some technical lead, they will guide you, like they will give some inputs, how to proceed with that, and how many DBs are required. They will validate that BRD, then they will guide you. If you don't have a technical lead, no worries, we can proceed. Like once you receive the requirement, first you have to understand how many applications which is involved for that particular process, like how many web application and how many DBs are required. First you need to know whether we need a single DB or multiple DBs or multiple database with multiple tables. Like that, first you need to understand, then only you can proceed. As well as Excel, whether we need an Excel connection or email connection, something like that. Once you receive the document, just validate and ensure that. This is because of, initially you plan to create a single DB, but in future if 2 or more DBs are required, at that time you need to modify all of your code. That's very, very difficult. As well as in the web browser, first check whether you have access to that particular application or not. If you don't have access, just raise it initially, or else that's difficult. Okay, then you can start with your creating the task. First, you need a config task. Config, which is nothing but, let me give you the example. Here is a simple config file, which has the URL as well as Excel path, email address, everything. Already I posted one video about this config. You can refer that video. If we have a config file, it's very user friendly. In future, if there is any changes required, you can directly make the changes in the config file and use it. Like in the developer email, in future, if I want to make changes in developer email, directly I can change it to test2 and use it. I don't want to change in all the tasks. If you have connection in all the tasks, you need to open all the tasks and make the changes. But if we have a config file, directly you can update the config file and use that. So this is the professional method. Just watch the last video of config create. As well as you need to use multiple tasks for all the application. Here you can see for web application I have one task, as well as for the reporting I have one task, SAP automation one, read from Excel one task. Like that you need to create multiple tasks. So if you are very new, you may be practiced with a single task, which is in the single task you have practiced with all the DB connection, Excel connection, everything. But when you're going in the organization, you need to create a multiple task. It's user friendly, as well as the maintenance. It's very easy. If there is some changes in the DB connection, directly you can open that DB connection task and make the changes. Or if you have everything in one task, it's very difficult to make the changes. As well as testing. If we have multiple tasks, we can test very easily. Like that. That's the reason we are having multiple tasks. As well as we can reuse that Okay, here you can see we have a DB password task. I have to access DB in multiple tasks. So each and every time I have to I have to write number of lines for the DB connection. In order to avoid that, already I connected in the DB password. I extracted the password from the metabot as well as config read. It's a reusable task. All of this are reusable tasks. I can use it anywhere. It's very simple. Like, okay, let me give you an example. If you don't know about how to use multiple tasks, it's very simple. You can assign variable from one task to another task using okay, run task option. Using the run task option, you can input as well as map multiple variable. In my another video, you can see that how to map another variable from one task to another task, as well as how to call. The calling is very simple. Just you need to use run task option, task dot run. Then you have to browse that particular application from the control room. Choose, that's it. Now you can map the variables as well as quick map variables. Okay, we are done. Like this, you can call the other subtask or application task or anything. Here you can see I have 5 application tasks and 4 subtasks, and we have only one main task. From this main task, I am calling first. This main task will call the read config task. Config, which is nothing but, so this is a config file. First, it will read the information from this config, like the app URL, path, everything will get extracted. After that, if there is no issues in the configs, there is a possibilities of error in that while reading the config file. There is a possibilities of error, so I am using that if logic. And one more thing, do not use multiple error handlers within a single task. So this is a basic guideline. As well as the log to file, send email. Don't use the repeatedly. Don't use that particular functions. Here you can see. First, I am calling that DB password task. So repeatedly, I don't want to call that read config as well as DB password. So initially, I called that. After that, I am calling that subtask. If there is no errors in the DB password, then I am calling that subtask. Here I have a subtask option. In that option, first I am calling that DB connection. As well as here I have used next I am calling web application task. For that I have used loop 3 times logic. Here you can see I am calling that particular task and looping 3 times. If there is any errors in the task, it will loop 3 times. You can refer my other videos for the loop 3 times logic. This is the basic things. As well as you need to use. You can avoid multiple things. Like if you created a single task, it's not user friendly. If you move out of this organization, if others developers they need some changes, it's very difficult to make changes. So just try to create multiple tasks for all the applications like this. As well as the loop logic and error handler, please try to use a single error handler package. Then calling and assign the variables. It's one of the important thing. Like here I have assigned the variables. In most of the cases they are using log to file and send email, but in my case I have used a single log to file. Log to file, yeah, you can use multiple log to file, but I have used a single email command. Let me show you. Here is the email connections in this if string. Here you can see. So finally, I am not using this email connection in my other task. I don't have it. whenever there is a error, I am passing that error message into that X error description variable, and I'll stop the task. So what will happen is, in the main task, everything will get reflected. So directly you can use it from here. In each and every task, you don't need a send email command. This is the basic things. Like this, you can use it. And some of the key points which you need to understand. Error handler, just try to use a single error handler, as well as create multiple reusable tasks. Like this, in my subtask I have multiple subtasks, config read, db password, and something like that, and use command for primary actions, like so that others can able to understand very easily. For you too, after 1 year, if you're validating that code, you need to understand what is the function which we have done. Like here you can see call db connection task, call web application, so which just provide the basic information. And variable names, like just try to create a meaningful names for the variable so that others can understand easily for you to in future. Avoid log to file and send email action multiple times. Instead of using that send email in multiple tasks, you can assign the error message into variable. Like if you stop this run task, directly it will go to main task only. So from here you can send an email. Very simple method. Or if you are using that send email in multiple tasks, you will get confused, as well as in future if there is any changes required, it's not user friendly. That's the reason. And avoid message boxes. Just try to avoid message boxes, because if the bot runners are running, and if they have not seen any errors, or they miss to see that message box, that's one of the difficult part. So you need to avoid that message box. If there is any error, just send that email. Send an email to bot developer as well as bot runner, so they will come to know we got some error. They will rerun the bot. It's a basic thing.